Alright, Liverpool versus Plymouth. 1-0 was the scoreline of the match, which is exactly the same scoreline when both the sides played each other back in 2017-18 season in the round 3 of FA Cup. This time it was round 4 and Plymouth winning it 1-0, courtesy of a penalty which they got, and they converted that, which is the final scoreline of the match. Welcome to Happy 90s, this is Moranic, and talking of the match, it was clearly evident from the starting 11 that we are trying to conserve our players from fatigue and prepare them from the hectic schedule which is befalling in front of us going from here on. That is, we are playing 5 matches in the 18 days. We're talking about the starting 11. We had 10 changes opposed to what we played against Spurs in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup, where we have qualified for the finals and will be playing in the Wembley against Newcastle. So 10 changes to the starting 11, and which had only a couple of players who have been featuring in the main side, be it Luis Diaz and Wataru Endo. Even he was not that regular in the main team, he's on the bench. So Simicas was the other one who has played in the absence of Andy Robertson in the main team for a lot of time in this season. Other than that, it was just the players under 21s and under 18 team players. Even if you look at the bench, Doherty, Isaac, Nalo, Rio, Norris, Young, half the names which a lot of us fans won't be even knowing. So team coming in with a lot of changes, even though it's a narrow loss. The gameplay wise, we were not up to the mark. We were rushing things, and despite having like 79% possession, well, that was the case in the match. 79% possession, we couldn't convert that into goals. 0, it was the scoreline from us, which meant we were poor in the attack and we were forcing things, losing the ball when we shouldn't have, and we're not playing to the levels which the players who are played in the main team, the first squad, are known to be. The likes of Luis Diaz, he was way off the mark. Jota was average. He did try, he had a couple of chances where he didn't get the luck, and of course the opponent keeper, I think Hazard, he was doing a good job there. He definitely pulled out a match winning save for his side. So Jota was just average, not too great, not too bad, but he was average. And Harvey Elliott was the other guy from whom expectations were high that he'll be at least doing his level best, will be performing in this chance which he got to put out a match winning performance, which wasn't the case. And the only people which played well were looking like Endo. He was doing pretty good on defensively, and whenever he was in the midfield for the early 10 minutes, that's how much time he had, because Joe Gomez was taken out. He got injury, coming off from injury, he was starting for the first time. So we'll have to see what happens to the injury which Gomez picked. So right when he was taken off, Endo was a makeshift centre back, not a makeshift, he had to take that spot. And the other guy who came in, Isaac, he was playing as right back, who was not looking comfortable at all. And McConnell had to shift back to midfield, so that's how the structure was for the Liverpool. Newani was decent, and all the other players except Chiesa and Gomez, from whom expectations were pretty good. Even Kikaleha was decent at the post, didn't commit mistakes there, whereas others were below their levels. And as for Plymouth, despite having lesser possession, they were defensively pretty compact, didn't allow Luis Diaz to cut in through these spaces. I think these channels, they were crowding him from here and here whenever he had the chance to have a ball, and he could have been quick with the back passes and all that stuff, try to put the ball in, which was not happening. And as a result, the attack wasn't evolving on this flank. Chiesa was trying his best, so no complaints from Chiesa. He's looking to settle into a team as time progresses. So is that a good loss to take? Definitely, I would say it's a good loss to take. Not in terms of losing the match, but with what we have in front of us going from here. 5 matches in 18 days, that's nowhere our easy schedule, and where we have 5 away matches, one being the derby game. That's going to be tough. Won't say that it's an easy one. match against Wolves at Anfield, this should be a little easier. Whereas talking about the other match, which is Villa versus Liverpool, that's also a away match. Villa on the good day can definitely pull out a win against any top sides. And City versus Liverpool, that's going to be tough as well. Of course, City are not playing best of their football, but with the signings that they have had in the winter window, they can definitely be looking to shape up and try to put on a performance. And whenever it's a bigger tie of the top six teams or any top teams are playing each other, you can expect anything to be happening. That's also a tough one. And Newcastle at Anfield, that's not going to be easy as well. The last time when we played them, it was a draw, the game which we should have won, but we did not. We conceded late in that match and it ended as a 3-3 draw. So that's going to be a tough one as well. So keeping all these schedules in mind, I'm glad we played a team which was not the main side, was kind of a second team. And with the way they played, definitely disappointed. No one wants their side to be losing, but with the gameplay that was going on into a field that was pretty poor, we could have done way better than what we have done in the whole game. And moving on from here, we have match against Everton, which is a Merseyside derby on 13th. After that, just 2 days of cap and we are playing Wolves. Later on, we are playing Aston Villa away, which will be just 3 days from that match against Wolves. And right after that, after 2-3 days, we have match against Man City, and then 4 days gap we have match against Newcastle. So schedule is pretty tight, and with the kind of squad depth we have and the quality which we don't, that was visible in the last match itself against Plymouth. We don't have the quality in the squad depth that the second team which we played. With the way they were operating on the field, nowhere getting comfortable on the ball in terms of attack, even defensively. Kwanzaa was alright, but he was not at his best shape. He was over carrying the ball, and the issue at right back was pretty visible too. So with the kind of squad depth we have, we need this break, and to get out of competition is pretty fine in my eyes. Of course, a lot of rival fans will have fun at us for this loss, which they deserve to do as well. But I mean, it's pretty fine for us to be getting out of the competition when we are chasing the bigger targets, be it the Premier League, be it the Champions League as well. And we are already in the final of the Carabao Cup, which other teams would love to be in the final. So we conserving our energies and trying to not risk with the injuries with the lack of squad depth that we have at our disposal. But anyways, what do you think about this loss? Why is it a good one to take for Liverpool? Drop that down in the comments and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.